All right. This will probably be the last, last minute Instagram mix show, because we'll be back to Wednesdays starting next week. But yeah, hope everyone had a great Christmas. I know I did. Did decent in the NFL pool this week and in college picks as well. Just got back from the Bonnies game. Also, this is the last show of 2024 as well too. It's New Year's Eve. Also, let's get into it right now. So starting with last week's bowl games. Recap that. We got a pretty good week of bowl games, honestly. Starting with Christmas Eve one, that Hawaii Bowl went to 5 overtimes. Christmas Eve going into Christmas Day like at midnight. Oh man, it was a great game. And South Florida ended up winning that one. Yeah, South Florida beat San Jose State, so that's a tough one for them, for San Jose State to end it, because they had a chance to close out in the fourth quarter. So that was an instant classic though in Hawaii though. Good win for South Florida. The Bulls, back-to-back bowl wins, back-to-back seasons they did that, so that's pretty impressive for them. And then this day after Christmas, like the 26th, it was the Game Above Sports Bowl. That was another instant classic. It went to 6 overtimes. We beat Pitt and Toledo. Toledo beat Pitt. I told you Pitt was going to win. Toledo was going to win that one. I called that one. I had a feeling that would happen. So, yeah, great win for Toledo. Beat an ACC team to finish off. Pitt, meanwhile, started out 7-0, finished the season with 6 straight losses. Tough break for the Pitt Panthers. What's the future hope for Pat Narduzzi? I feel like they're still keeping him, but he's definitely in the hot seat now for sure now. Rutgers and K-State. That was another high-scoring game. That was the Rate Bowl. That was in Arizona. And Chase Field home of the Arizona Diamondbacks. That was a good one. But Rutgers blew a big lead, blew a 34-17 lead, and lost to Kansas State 44-41. Kansas State eked that one out. They finished with a 9-win season, but man, that's a tough break for Rutgers. Had a big lead and just blew that one. Arkansas State won the 68 Ventures Bowl, winning 38-31 over Bowling Green. It was a back and forth game too. A lot of these bowl games have been really fun to watch this year. Honestly, this college football season, it really has been. That was that. Now Friday one, the Friday games this past Friday, Oklahoma and Navy. Oklahoma started out good 14-0 lead in the first quarter, and then they couldn't score as much. They scored a late touchdown, failed to get the 2-point version to win it. So Navy wins 21-20. So that's a Navy with a 10-win season. That's a really strong season for Navy, finishing out with wins over, Army and Oklahoma, winning a bowl game over them. That's something to remember. Good win for them. Next, what else we had? We had Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt. Tough run for Georgia Tech. Vanderbilt finished strong. They started the year with a win over an ACC team, and they finished with a win over an ACC team. They beat Virginia Tech, and then Georgia Tech. It's great year for Vanderbilt. Good way to send Diego Pavia up, unless they find a way to get him back. This whole transfer portal, mess and all that. But a good win for them. Georgia Tech, tough break, losing the Birmingham Bowl. And Arkansas beating Texas Tech. The Razorbacks winning the Liberty Bowl. That's a tough one there. Texas Tech, meanwhile, just couldn't play. They really struggled in that one. Syracuse putting 52 points. The Syracuse Orange in the DirecTV High Bowl. They beat Washington State 52-35. But, man, Kyle McCord, great season, though, for Syracuse. 10-win season, second time in the last, 6 years. Yeah, it was 2018 the last time they had a 10-win season. Now this year they got a 10-win season. It's really good finish for Syracuse. That offense is amazing. The USC Trojans and Texas A&M Aggies. That was a good one. Texas A&M, though, choked it. They choked that big lead, 24-7 lead, and just USC came all the way back to win the Las Vegas Bowl. Tough one for the Aggies. Saturday was a busy day of college football for sure, and the NFL too. UConn, I told you UConn was going to beat Carolina. Carolina was not that good. This is a Tar Heels team that gave up 70 points against James Madison this year. So now that they can focus on the Belichick era, now Carolina can. Well, meanwhile, UConn, Jim Moore, finishing 9-win season for UConn. That's a huge step in the right direction for this UConn team now. What a job Jim Moore has done for this UConn team. Really, a hell of a job. I'm just wondering what they're going to do now next season. They start playing these better opponents, hopefully. The Pinstripe Bowl, that was in Yankee Stadium. Nebraska wins a bowl game, first winning season since the 2016 season. Last time they made a bowl game, and this is their first bowl win in 9 years. So really good. Really, this is a really good year for Matt Rhule. Finished off strong. So congrats, tip my hats off in Nebraska for sure. They've been through so much hell, though. Like this decade and like part of the last one too. Like they really went through so much hell the last 8 years, and they finally got a good team. Finally got a winning team. Made us go build on something from next season. The New Mexico Bowl, TCU made it look easy on the Raging Cajuns. So that's a good way to finish off for Sonny Dykes. Finish the season off with a 9-win season. So TCU trying to get back to that magical year they had in 2022. Trying to get to that year. Trying to get back to that point again this season. The Pop-Tarts Bowl. It was a thriller, high-scoring game, but tough break for Miami. Iowa State wins it. Finished strong, while meanwhile Cam Ward, tough way to end your senior year. And the Pop-Tarts, back and forth battle. Iowa State gets the win. The Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, Miami, Ohio, made it look easy on Colorado State. I mean, it was low scoring in the first half. All of a sudden, second half, like Miami, Ohio just rolled. Figured out a way to win that one. So congrats to them winning the Arizona Bowl. The Military Bowl, it got chippy. I mean, these are two in-state rivals, East Carolina and NC State. You knew it was going to be when those two get together. A ref gets bloodied from a scrimmage. He gets his face, he was bleeding a little bit there after that, like trying to break up the fight, like this between East Carolina and NC State. Unusual, but NC State chokes. East Carolina hangs on. I had a feeling the Pirates were going to win this one. East Carolina had more to play for. NC State's overrated every year. I figured that was going to happen. The Alamo Bowl, I called this one. I knew, but I was going, everyone like, oh, Deion this, Sanders this, like Shedeur Sanders, all like Travis Hunter, like the hype is over. BYU is a better team. Colorado, I mean, congrats to Travis Hunter for getting the Heisman still, but just BYU is finished strong. They want to finish strong for not making the Big 12 championship. They want to finish on a good note. And he did with the win over a good Colorado team. BYU's defense just was all over Shedeur in that one. This one was not that much of a game. Army dominated Louisiana Tech 27-6. I feared that was going to happen, but man, get out to the QB for Army. It's a record-breaking year. I mean, so good win for them, and now send them off on a good note. And yesterday, Missouri beats Iowa. It was a thriller. Missouri kicking a go-ahead field goal with 56-yarder. Their kicker kicks up 56 yards. Of course, today, Alabama lost to Michigan, surprisingly. I'm shocked in that one. Really am. Did not expect Bama. That's a tough ending for Alabama this year. Missed the playoffs, and they lose to Michigan in a bowl game. It's the first day of 2024, they lost. Alabama loses to Michigan in the Rose Bowl in the college football playoffs last year. Now this year, it's the Reed Lacrosse Bowl they lose. It's tough way for Alabama. They start the year with a loss to Michigan. They ended 2024. Weird. My Louisville, Washington pick, the Sun Bowl, it's currently going, but I had Louisville pick and win this one. I got the Cardinals win the Sun Bowl. And then here we go. The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. Here's like one of our other picks. I took South Carolina in that one. Give me the Gamecocks. They're going to finish strong for Shane Beamer. Have a 10-win season. And, of course, the Texas Bowl, I got LSU for sure. Baylor, they're decent, but they can't hang with the SEC team like LSU. LSU's offense is always good. And tonight, the college football playoffs. Let's give you a prediction. So the second round resumes. So pretty much college football playoffs resume. Penn State, obviously, beat SMU in the first round. Beat Boise State. First round bye they had. So this is at the Fiesta Bowl. This is in Arizona. Home of the Arizona Cardinals. This will be in Glendale. So really good matchup. Penn State's heavy favorites, but I'm going Boise. This is kind of an upset. I'm going Boise State this one. I'm going my upset pick in this one. I mean, seriously, don't sleep on Ashton Jeanty. I'm telling you, that kid should have been Heisman, and he wants to prove something. Like, he should have picked me as Heisman. He's going to go out there and just dominate the Penn State defense tonight. Usually I'd pick Penn State, but I just like Boise. I like this Boise State team this year. Because they hung in there with Oregon. That's the thing. It's like, this is a good football team. No one's talking about Boise State as much. And New Year's Day tomorrow, the other college football playoff quarterfinal round is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta. In Mercedes-Benz Stadium is number 5 Texas taking on the number 4 seeded Arizona State Sun Devils. Of course, Arizona State won the Big 12 to get here, to get that top 4 seed and all that. Arizona State, this is a team we didn't talk about as much this year. They came out of nowhere. especially late in the season, really got some big wins over BYU and dominate Iowa State, in the championship game. They really came to play this year. It's a dark horse. I feel like this can be a dark horse team that could make a run in the college football playoffs. Starting with the running back Skiboto. He is just a stud. He is just a fun player to watch for sure. Texas, meanwhile, are still Texas. I mean, they've been here. They've been in the playoffs before. I'm going to take Texas one, but still, I think it's going to be a lot closer than the experts think this one. Arizona State is going to give them a problem in this one. 5 o'clock on New Year's Day tomorrow is the Rose Bowl, the traditional. It's the granddaddy of the Rose Bowl. It's the rematch between Ohio State and Oregon. These two played in the regular season this year. Oregon won 32-31. 1-point game in Oregon. So I'm telling you, this Ohio State is ready to go. They are the slight favorites as an 8 seed. Oregon hasn't lost the game yet, but I'm going to take Oregon this one, but still in you. But same time, I would not be surprised if Ohio State wins this one, but I think Oregon's going to find a way to win it. But at the same time, I would not be shocked if Ohio State wins. I would not be surprised at all. This is a good Ohio State team. They're hungry for a win like that, for a Big Ten win over Oregon. And to finish out the quarterfinals, it is the All-State Sugar Bowl. Is number 7 seeded Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on number 2 seeded Georgia. Georgia is without Carson Beck. The rest of the playoffs and all that. So Notre Dame, meanwhile, beat Indiana, made it look easy. So this one's kind of a tough pick. It's a coin toss one, but I'm gonna take Georgia because this is in New Orleans in the SEC territory. But at the same time, like Notre Dame really struggled with Georgia over the years. I just can't sleep on this Georgia team, even though Georgia without Carson Beck. But still, like I learned my lesson many times to pick against Georgia, and seriously, I've learned my lesson. I'll pick in this one. The Thursday, there's one bowl game on, the Tech Slayer Gator Bowl. It is Duke and Ole Miss, number 14 Ole Miss. So Ole Miss, they're going to win easily. Duke loses their star quarterback Lee Murphy to the transfer portal. So Ole Miss is going to win the Gator Bowl for sure in Jacksonville easily. And then you got 2 bowl games on Friday. Who might pick this one? Is the First Responder Bowl. It is North Texas Mean Green against the State Bobcats. So it's Lone Star battle in Dallas. So I'm going to go with the Bobcats. I'm going Texas State in this one. That'll be at 4 o'clock on ESPN. Following that, my Virginia Tech Hokies. That's 7:30 on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. These are the schools we'll ever meet in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Virginia Tech may be the underdogs, but you damn sure know what I'm going to pick. Virginia Tech is going to win this Friday. They're going to win the Duke's Mayo Bowl and have back-to-back winning seasons for this team for the first time in a while since my high school days. And to finish off our bowl picks, the Bahamas Bowl. It is UB, the Buffalo Bulls, University of Buffalo Bulls, take on Liberty Flames. It's a good one here in the Bahamas, but I'm going to take UB, of course, taking the Western New York team. So I like them in this one. All right, now let's get to the NFL. Recap the NFL this week. Oh, yeah. Week 17 was crazy, but I did not expect the Chiefs to blow them out. I mean, God, the Steelers look bad. They look fraudulent right now. All I can say, Chiefs are getting everyone healthy at the right time. Hollywood Brown looks good. Like that Chiefs team looks scary now. I've been saying they've been fraudulent for a while, but now I regret saying it now because look how good they look scary right now. This is the best game they played all year. Going into Pittsburgh on Christmas and winning 29-10. That was the first game. And my pick of the week hit the Ravens. 131-2 made it look easy. Houston, meanwhile, they're just so beat up. They're just done. They're not going to win. They're a one-and-done team. The Texans will be in the playoffs. The Seahawks-Bears, that was just a shit game. That was. All it was just field goal. 6-3 Seattle won. Just god-awful football game. It was ugly. It was ugly. Seattle barely beats the Bears. And the Chargers won pretty easily Saturday to clinch the playoffs. So Chargers beat New England. Made it look easy on them. So they clinched their playoff spot. But Bengals played spoiler again. Bengals are still alive in the playoffs, winning in overtime. What a thriller between the Bengals and the Broncos. We had some good matchups this week. What a thriller. Joe Burrow just showing like he's the real deal. Joe Burrow and T. Higgins, man. Those two. That Bengals team really, I think, is one of the dangerous teams in the NFL right now. I hate to say it, but they look dangerous. They really this team you just do not want to play in the playoffs. They end up making it. And the Rams escaped the Cardinals. 13 out, a low-scoring game for the Rams with a win, and they also clinched the division now for the strength of record and all that stuff. And Seattle's done, so Seattle mathematically went from the playoffs. This was the biggest upset of the week, this Sunday games. The Colts, in the Giants beating the Colts. Did not see that one coming. Nobody in this league, no one obviously saw that one coming. Colts blew their chance. They lose the worst team in football in the New York Giants, and they lost. Not only that, but they're out of the playoffs. They mathematically eliminated. So the Colts did this themselves. They're a bad team just to get knocked out of the playoffs. They're not in the playoffs this year. Now the toilet bowl, the Raiders made it look easy on the Saints. Saints, they just want the season to be over. And you tell the Raiders win. I knew they were going to win it, but it's like, oh, that hurts their chances for the number one pick right there. The Tennessee Titans and the Jaguars, another toilet bowl. Jaguars won, which I did not see coming because I just don't trust Mac Jones. Titans have a quarterback problem with Levis and Rudolph. They got a QB issue. And they got to sort that out. My Buffalo Bills made it look easy. Pretty much that is over for Rodgers. I'm telling you, that Rodgers should retire after that game. He just he looked embarrassed. Seriously, he looked like a 12-year-old kid out there. It felt like at times. He just does not look like the MVP. He's just washed up. He's just so washed. Gets sacked for safety, throws 2 interceptions. And the Bills' defense, basically their defense now, but Josh Allen put up another good MVP performance. That touchdown pass to Cooper was insane. Great catch by Murray Cooper. And then Coleman won too. Like I just could not believe the touchdown pass he was making. Offense looked good. Not as great as it's been, but still they put up a good amount of points. Their defense dominated too, like the Bills' defense dominated. So that was a really complete performance. And even Trubisky gets a touchdown pass. Shavers his first NFL catch, and it was a touchdown pass. That is wild. Bucs dominated the Panthers. I thought the Panthers put up a better fight in this one, but Buccaneers really want to win the NFC South. It showed it how bad they dominated the Panthers. And the Eagles, they dominated the Cowboys without Jalen Hurts to clinch the NFC East. They're the NFC East champs. And so that's a good win for them. With Kenny Pickett, we'll see if Jalen Hurts will be back in time for the playoffs and all that, but still, that's good. It's good. Saquon Barkley with another record-breaking day. He's unstoppable, man. The Eagles look like the team to beat in the NFC, it feels like at times. Miami keeps their playoff hopes alive with a win over the Browns. Good win for them. They're still in it now. They just need some help. They need to win and get some help along the way. And the Vikings beat the Packers again. I told you that was going to happen. I sensed that from a mile away. Minnesota was going to win this one. And Minnesota, with that win, keeps their chance of a 1 seed of hopes alive. They have a chance of 1 seed now. And the Washington Commanders, congratulations to them on clinching the playoffs. Jaden Daniels, oh my goodness, what a game between those two, the Commanders and the Falcons. Went to overtime. Jaden Daniels hits a game-winning touchdown pass. The heroics continue for Washington. They're going to be a fun team to watch in the playoffs, but give it 2 more years to be a really good team. They just need some weapons and all, but I just don't see them maybe win a playoff game, but they'll make it interesting. And the Lions somehow, some way covered the spread for me in MSP, and just, I can't believe Dan Campbell played all his starters. I really cannot believe it. In a meaningless game, because they should be, the rest of the guys getting them ready for the Vikings one, the big Week 18 one. So now Lions and Vikings are bound for the 1 seed now. Let's get into Week 18 real quick. Before we do that, congrats to my Bonnies again. Beating VC today to start A10 play right, on the rack. That was a good game for you to be at. Came down to the wire. What a game it was. Bonnies got to win. 13-1 overall, 1-0 in A10 play. It's a good start for them, for sure. Start with Saturday games. I'm not going to reveal MSP picks this week because, plus the spreads haven't come out yet, but I'm not going to reveal them because this week scares me, honestly, odds-wise. But I'm not going to talk about spreads or anything, but there we go. There'll be 2 Saturday games, feature all the AFC North teams. 4:30, it starts in Baltimore with the Cleveland Browns taking on the Ravens. Ravens, just all you got to do is win, and they're AFC North champs. They win the division. Win and just win the division. I got the Ravens this one. But at the same time, I can't sleep on this Cleveland Browns team. They could play spoiler. They've done it before. They beat the Steelers. They've beaten the Ravens. They've beaten both those 2 teams. Seeing as they're going to win the division. But unless somehow the Browns find a way to win this one. I just don't see it because the Ravens are definitely going to clinch that division, which hurts the Steelers. But somehow, some way, if the Browns win, the Steelers if Browns win and the Steelers win the division. So pretty much Steelers need a Ravens loss and then win over the Bengals to get that division. So seriously, 2 things happen. All the Ravens just got to do is win. And the Bengals, something's on the line for them too. a chance to go to the playoffs. They got to win and have a loss from either Miami or Denver. They see a loss from one of those two teams or both. Definitely a loss from Denver, I feel like. So that's the big one for the Bengals for sure in Pittsburgh. It's an 8 o'clock game, but this is such a tough one. I'll take the Steelers in this one. I mean, I keep saying the Steelers, but I don't know. This Bengals take that one can go either way. Bills and Patriots. This is a meaningless game. Josh Allen will play a few series, and then they'll rest their guys, get them ready for the playoffs. Meaningless game. Bills should win this one. And this is another meaningless game. Texans are resting their guys, I'm sure. Titans are having quarterback problems, so it's a hit or miss. It's a coin toss game, but I got to go Tennessee. Much as I hate to, but I think Texans kind of care less about this one because they're already in the playoffs. They already got the 4 seed locked and all that. So I'm going to go Tennessee. This is a big one for the Falcons here. Falcons got to win and have the Saints beat the Buccaneers. So I'll take the Falcons this one. They'll win this one, but they're going to need the Saints to pull off this upset of the Bucs. So, I think the Bucs are going to beat the Saints, and Bucs will be the NFC South champs. I get the Bucs beating the Saints. Jaguars and Colts. Meaningless game. So because both the teams are not in the playoffs, but I'll take Indianapolis. They want to finish the season strong. I got them win this one. Cowboys and Commanders. Commanders clinched their playoff spots. They can ready rest some guys, but Commanders are trying to get that 6th seed. So I like watching this one. I think they'll win this one. I think Washington will win this one. Yeah, so I got them in this one. Eagles, Giants, a meaningless game. Eagles can rest some guys, but I still like the Eagles this one. Giants are just tanking for that first overall pick. And the Packers, Bears, yes, Packers might rest some guys eventually, but the Packers are going to win. They want to beat the Bears like they usually do. So I got Green Bay in that one. Seahawks and Rams. I think Seattle will want to win just to finish off strong for the playoffs. So I like that one. Big game for Miami. Playoff implication on them for a line for them. Dolphins got to do is just win and have Denver lose some of that, or since one of them's going to lose, and Dolphins got to win. So they got to get some help. Like Dolphins' playoff chances and the Bengals one is the Chiefs Broncos because Chiefs are resting their guys. Broncos are big time favorites at home because Chiefs want their guys rested for the playoffs. So I like the Denver Broncos, and they're going to clinch that last spot. I really think so. And Chargers should beat the Raiders, depending on what they do with their roster and all that. They rest guys or not. So I like the Chargers in that one. 49ers, Cardinals, meaningless game. Who cares kind of game. Give me Arizona to finish off strong at home. The Vikings and Lions. The biggest, wherever the will be on Sunday Night Football. The 5 seats. A lot of the line this one. The much I want I'll see y'all next Wednesday, back at 8:30, back to our normal time. I think I'll tune in and have a happy new year.